Let's go that way. A bit of sunshine, is that better? That's a bit better that way. Anyway, you know you get worn down by responsibilities, and they really do wear you down. You get so tired and fatigued that you just want to stop doing everything. I mean, you know, I'll give you a list of my responsibilities. First of all, I have no cats. And the awkward bit about having no cats is that I have to feed 2 daily. And this evening I will have to feed 6 cats daily. I don't have cats. When little Shadow died, that was it. I didn't fancy another cat. But I had responsibilities because there's an elderly cat around here. And she's blind, partially sighted. And I think she's got worms, and I'm trying to give her worming stuff, liquid in her food, but she won't take it. Can't get near her. and been able to get, I think the closest I've got nearer to her is about 6 foot when she wasn't particularly unwell, but she's scarpered. So the other one is a cat without a home, another feral cat, but young, about 1 year old, and brother to next door's cats, which I'm going to talk about. They've gone off for, you know, they don't go off often at all. They've gone off on a long trip, and I'm the guy who's looking after the cats. So there's 4 cats. There's a little baby mouse, which is amusing. He's got his own house. A mouse with a house. And midges. We got midges here as well. I'm not looking after them. They seem to be capable in their brief lives of looking after themselves. So, little mouse with his own little house. And there's a parakeet whose partner died about 3 months ago, and apparently, in the words of the person, its carer, little bleeder's never been happier. So there we go. I'm sure there's a life lesson in there that we should be disgusted by. And the other one is, and this is not a midget, and this is not an expletive, but there's a sloughing snake in there as well. I think it's what snakes do, they slough. Excuse me. I like midges, but I can't eat them all. Yeah, so it's sloughing. It's not a snake, it's a slow worm. And it's interesting actually, because when it moves in slow motion. And even when it's, yeah, and that's one of the most appalling jobs I've got to do this weekend, which is to feed the bugger. Because if he's active and reaching up towards me when I go in there, it means I've got to feed him a worm, and I hate it. I haven't done it yet. I've been told if it's left, he'll go underground and he won't come back for a while. I'm happy with that. Nothing wrong with snakes. Maybe, I don't know. Snakes are all part of God's creation, or however which way you wish to phrase that. Now I'm going to stop here for a minute. Look out over the countryside. Not necessarily the area of outstanding natural beauty, however, I love it. Yes, I've got to feed it, and it reaches and its mouth comes open, slow motion, and closes, and then you get the wriggling worm who's fighting for his life. Oh, the little bastard chokes. Actually, obviously I'm not talking about the worm. Anyway, so I thought I had responsibilities, and it can weigh you down. And everything's perspective, and it's got to be perspective. You know, we can be self-indulgent and think we've got the worst pain in the world, the worst troubles in the world, and at night the sun's going down, that's why the light is a bit dodgy. They look quite red actually, but there we are. Let's see if we can get the tree in. Yep, nope, can't see the tree. That's better. Maybe not for you. Yeah, so everything's perspective, everything's comparison to others, and one important thing in life is never to compete. Never compete with your symptoms, never compete. I remember saying to him once, somebody's giving me a report about his stage 4 cancer, with stage 3, and he recovered from it remarkably. And I just mentioned it. I had stage 1. My God. He just got angry and he was out symptoming me, and I didn't care. I was just sharing a fact that, you know, there's a lot of it about. And It was shocking. The illness had become part of his identity, whereas for me it had become part of an experience where a friend said, get that seen to. 2 days later, I went to have it inspected, and then it was gone within about 3 months. And it's a story of gratitude for me. It's not a story of a competition. Anyway, walking backwards across the Irish Sea. Yeah, I just came across a friend about half an hour ago, and he's in a far worse state than me, and with good cause. So, you know, God sends those things, or the universe sends, whichever way you want to look at it, sends those things to remind us occasionally. So I was just a bit just tired, you know. And he had serious problems. So I just spent a few minutes with him, cajoling, smiling, and he didn't want any more. Saw him into his house and said farewell, and that was it. I hope he's okay. I'll check. So he's got the pain of the world on his shoulders, and I've got 6 cats, none of which I own, a mouse with a house, a parakeet who is glad his partner's dead, it would seem, I'm told. And then there is, let's see if we can get more light on me, God help you, and a sloughing snake, which is not an expletive. What's it all about, eh? It's a question, actually. I'll ask you a question. What's the meaning of life? I've been quiet. What's the meaning of life? Anyone? It's easy. The meaning of life is to go, once again, this time with a trumpet background. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. That's it. No need to be clever, it's not philosophy. It's plain bloody common sense. And when you're feeling a bit be aware there's somebody much worse off than you, and they may be closer than you think. Anyway, the neighbour goes to bed about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the cats have the timetable working around that one. I go to bed much earlier. They'll have to get used to me, I suppose. I'm not going to worry about it, because cats, this is spring and the cats are around. There's plenty of food and a shelter, even in my own portico. There's an igloo for any cat who wants to wander by. I have no cats. It's just that I'm stupid. I love the idea of cats, but emotionally I don't want to deal with it again. There we go. The meaning of life is what? To give life meaning. Remember to subscribe. Take care. Bientôt. And again, let's see if we can turn this around so you can see it. This mummy's got her baby over there somewhere, whereas the other one can't see the other one. Where's she gone? I think she's there. There. She's lost a baby, poor thing. So, yeah. What am I worried about? Compete with that. Somebody's got the world on their shoulders. And a cow who's lost her baby, her calf. But a foal, as I said elsewhere. And all I got to worry about is feeding a live worm to a sloughing snake I'm sure there must be a special hell for people who do that. Better book my place. Oh, one of the cats. It's two of the cats. One at the top is one of those I keep feeding. I'll be honest with you, the one closest to me is also one I feed, but not on purpose, it just steals food. This is a Spielberg shot. Yeah, Scarpa mate, Scarpa. I went crazy earlier. I opened a bottle of beer. I think I'll have a second glass now. Have a lovely evening. Count your blessings. Again, we've got a sloughing cat, so sloughing snake. A bientôt. Then we've got a sloughing snake, a bientôt. How the hell does this? There we go. Count your blessings. Please, we've got a sloughing snake. Bye.